Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Employed Entrepreneur Sorority Party. This is going to be just a super fun and informal Q&A with me, you guys, and a bunch of past Employed Entrepreneur students so that, you're not just listening to me talk about Employed Entrepreneur. You can hear it from people who have actually gone through the program, women just like you, who started out probably where you are now. And so what I'm going to do is let me just really quickly introduce who they are, who we have here. Yeah, I see a couple of comments. It looks like we are live. Hi, Jennifer and Sandra and Lucia. Hi, everyone. Awesome. Okay. So really quickly, let me introduce to you who we have on the Q&A panel today. We have Whitney, who is a branding expert, and you're going to get to hear from her about how she joined the program right before, or how she, started implementing what we teach in ET right before she had her second baby, and how she was able to make it all work and get her first 5K in sales within about 3 weeks. Next, we have Tracy, who is a video coach, and you're going to hear some really cool stuff from her about how she was able to go out there, sell out her first ever group program on, teaching you to use video and YouTube, and to have that and make her first 5-figure month. Next, we have Cindy, who is a religious coach, and she has done some really cool stuff through Employed Entrepreneur. I know when she joined, she was where a lot of you are thinking, oh, will this really work for me? I'm not sure if I have the full-fledged idea. She and I chatted, and now, she's got clients. She has regular, consistent client inquiries, and she is just really going out there and totally blowing her business out of the water. So you'll get to hear from her as well. And then next we have Lisa, who is a funnel specialist. And when she joined, she was just get all of these ideas. So I know some people have no idea, some people have too many, and we were really able to help her niche down, really get that focus. And she got her first 1K client right away, and she is getting ready to sell out her next group program, which is really cool. And then finally, we have Brenda, who is a health coach. And Brenda is just, I mean, a lot of you in my group have probably seen her. She just had her second baby. She is back on it, and she is getting ready to leave her job. She has, I think, pre-sold already a third or half of the spots in her first ever group program using what we teach in Employed Entrepreneur. And so we have a really, really great, amazing group here. And so what we're going to do is how this is going to work is I'm going to moderate, of course, and then what I want you guys to do is use the chat box at any time to ask any questions that are coming up for you. And then you can let us know if you want a specific person to answer it or if it's open-ended, and we will just play it by ear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to go ahead and put their questions into the chat box. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a few of the most common questions that we've been getting about Employed Entrepreneur, so that you can hear not just my answers, but answers from ladies who've actually gone through the program. All right, so the first question, one of the most common ones that we've been getting is, will program work for me? Will what you teach in Employed Entrepreneur work for my business, even if I don't have an idea or I don't have that much time, or one way or another? And so I know this is a fear that a lot of students have. So there was background noise from speakers. If you guys could mute your line so it's not that distracting, then when we do on. Okay, so back to the question, which was, like I said, will it work for me? And I'm going to just throw it out to really anyone, but first I would like to throw it to Cindy, because I know specifically this was a big, big concern that you had. Will it, and I remember even in your testimonial you were sharing how you thought, oh my gosh, is this just going to be fluff? Is it really possible to leave my job, build a business? And so I'd love to throw it to you and let the ladies hear your feedback.
Sure, Luisa. I had a lot of reservation because of the price. I felt like I didn't want to spend that kind of money without some type of guarantee that I was going to be successful once I finished this program. So I was worried more about, people providing you a whole bunch of stuff that I've already heard before, a whole bunch of fluff, people promising you the world, and, the world is that, you spend all this money and you're not getting back what you think, what they're telling you that you're going to get back. So that was a real big thing for me. But as you know, I threw in the towel and I joined anyway because I was at a place where I had a business, but my business was, it wasn't doing what I wanted to do. It was, sometimes I was working in it, sometimes I wasn't, that sort of thing. So I'm very pleased with the ETE program because I've come a lot farther than I've been had I continued to stay on the path that I was on.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love that. And, I love a lot of what you've shared in the past also about how just, despite all of these fears, you really went in, you showed up to pretty much all of the group calls, you went out there and did the work, and, now you're just getting clients, you're getting results, and it's just coming together bit by bit, and I love that.
I mean, I've tried to absorb everything. I know some people might think, you got to keep up with the program. I keep up as much as I can, but I go back too because I want to absorb it. I just want to know. Like I know the back of my hand. Like riding a bike. I want to learn and be able to always go back to what I've learned. And so far, I mean, I've been doing really well. So.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Then what we can do is move on to the second question, another question which we are getting a lot, which is, what if I do not have an idea? Or what if I have too many ideas? And I will say we have students join us on both ends of the spectrum. And this is what I'm going to share before I throw it to one of our students. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Every single person has skills that they can monetize. You have a job right now. I mean, you're being paid to do something, right? Maybe it's that skill. Maybe it's a completely different one. Maybe it's something that has just been a hobby up until now. You have skills that you can monetize. And what we do in Employed Entrepreneur is we help you figure those out. We help you figure out that idea. We help you figure out if you have too many ideas, which one to start with and which one to focus on and how to focus on it so that you are building a profitable business from the very beginning and setting up your business and what you're offering in a way that's basically, before you even start marketing and selling, virtually guaranteed to sell. All right, so that's something I really want you guys to keep in mind. And the first person I'd like to throw this to is actually Lisa, because as I mentioned earlier, Lisa had a lot of really great ideas, but was really having trouble, I think, focusing on just one specific thing. And so I would love to let everyone hear about your feedback, Lisa.
Yeah, that's funny. I was going to jump in there because prior to joining E2E, I have done so many different things, and I was really frustrated. I needed clarity, and I think that with your support and with the training, especially the clarity module, and just the support from you really helped me to focus in on what I needed to be doing. And I feel so good because, I mean, I was really nervous about investing because I had already been in business for so long, but I wasn't getting the full results of what I wanted. And I know it was a big part of that was because I wasn't clear. And just having your support and everyone else's support has really brought me to a point of clarity, huge clarity. I'm now focusing only on Facebook ads, and it feels so good to just really dive into that one thing and just really the support. I mean, I was just, it's so funny when I think about it now because I was so scared at first about joining, and then I really got I just said, you know what? I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to be like this forever? Am I going to be unclear, unsure, always switching around, you know, from one thing to another? Or am I really going to, you know, get the help that I need? And since you had the results that I wanted, who else should I be learning from? You, right? So and so it's proven out to be, and I was scared the whole time, you know, and the whole first few months, I was just like, oh my gosh. But it was like I just kept going and just kept feeling like, you know what, I can do this. You know, I'm not going to, you know, yeah. So the clarity has been huge for me. That's really, and I'm so proud that I've stuck with that clarity, you know. Yeah. So.
Oh, I love that. And, you know, what you talk about, and I'd love to talk about a little bit more if you know, you're comfortable with it, is what you said about, you know, the fear, especially in the beginning. I think you were one of the last ladies to join Employed Entrepreneur because you were just like, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? You know, there were money concerns, there were, you know, just this fear of, well, will it work for me? And, you know, like, I mean, all of you guys know, everyone on the call knows, I'm not into a hard sell. That's never what I'm going to be talking about. But, you know, I did feel that Employed Entrepreneur would be huge for you. And so I'd love to hear and have everyone hear about how you were able to think through those fears, what that felt like, and what made you finally just say, yeah, I just need to do this.
You know, I am like that too. Like, I'll wait till the last minute, very much like that, because I'm like, okay, do I really need this, or is this just something that, you know, I'm trying to, like, we know that programs in and of itself are not going to solve it. It's not a magic button. It's not like, you know, you can just join something and be like, yay, I get all these massive results, you know. And you have to do the work. You have to dive in and really do the work. I mean, I think that's really huge. And, like, if you're not ready to really do the work, if you're not at a point where it's like do or die for you, like, you are not going to really, the program is not going to help you. Like, you need it to help you. So I was just like, it was so crazy because I think I was debating back and forth, discussing with my husband, doing all the things I need to do. Like, should I really invest? I mean, I'm not really making that much money right now, and I was, like, really nervous about it. And then I received money out of nowhere, and now I can't remember. I have to go back and look where it came from. The money that I needed to sign up with came, and I was not expecting it and all that, you know. So it was like, but even when the money came, I was like, well, I could use this for something else, you know. And then I was just like, you know what? Am I going to be like this next year? Am I going to be scatterbrained next year? Am I going to still be in the same place next year this time? No, I can't. It's been way too long. I have to, you know, make things happen. So I was like, forget it. I'm doing it. And and I think it's just that whole thing. You're scared to do something big, but at the same time, you know you need to. And it's like, what are you going to do? Where do you want to be? I mean, that's just kind of like down the road. Like, where do you want to be? Anytime I'm looking at investing in something in my business now, I'm like, is it going to take me to the next level? Is it, you know, is this going to help me achieve my goals? And that's important. You need to know your goals. You need to be, you know, and if it's not something you need right now, then you don't really need it. But if you really need to get out of the situation you're in now, make things happen, get the freedom you're looking for, get that business you want, you know, and you really know that it's in you, that what you really want, then I think that you have to just know and trust that you're going to do the work. And it's a big thing about, you know, trusting yourself. I was afraid, and I've been learning to trust myself month by month by month, that I'm going to do the work that it takes to get the money I need to grow the business, to, you know, make the payments, to, you know, do all those things. I'm going to trust myself enough to do the work and get the results. And it's mindset. That was another huge thing. It was clarity and mindset that I think we talked about in the beginning. Those are the two huge things that really it's all about, you know, having the clarity of what you want to do and how you want to help people, and then having the mindset to keep going and keep that high energy and keep that mindset there so that you keep going down the road. And I think that's so huge. Like, And that's another thing we talked about in the very beginning. I mean, this whole program is laid out so beautifully because you do the right things first, the foundational things that are so crucial, and the mindset work that keeps you going through the program, which is so critical. And I just love the way your program's structured, and all the information's there. You don't need anything else. That's what's so great. So especially if you're new, I wasn't even new to business, but if you're new, like it has everything, that you need.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing. That was just, okay, I think, yeah, that was really needed. Okay, so the next question that we've been getting a lot that I do want to share with you guys is that a lot of people are asking, oh my gosh, am I going to have to sell? I hate selling, or I don't want to, or oh my gosh, am I going to have to cold call people? I don't want to be pushy or icky or anything like that. And before I throw it to one of our students, this is what I'm going to say. I mean, you guys on this call all know my style. Yes, I am very persuasive. I'm good at what I do, but I'm very authentic. I'm not pushy. I'm not salesy in any way. And that's what I teach my students to do. And, it works, it feels good, and you get great results. We've had our students use, what we teach to go out there, sell out their programs, have really 50% plus conversion rates on their sales calls. And not only that, we do bring in one of the top sales advisors in the industry to help you guide you through your own sales call process as well. And, that is an entire module that we really, really focus on to hone down and really get in there and really work on your sales process. We've had our students in the group just post afterwards and say, now I love sales, it's the best. And I'd love to bring on actually one of our students who I remember saying that, Tracy, to share a little bit about her experience with that.
Yeah, so the cool thing is right before this, when you were calling before this call, I was on a discovery call and I got a new client. So that was really awesome to just wake up to on a Saturday morning. But I think that like your discovery call sales, I don't even know what to call it, because the whole module about it, it's like magic. It turns it into becoming no longer salesy, because now all you're doing is operating from a level of high-level service to your client, and you know what you're offering because you've gone through all the other modules. You're very clear, you know exactly how you can help them, and then the discovery call process, all it does is it leads them to see that they want to work with you even more. So it doesn't even become selling. Like all my discovery calls now, I think my conversion rate is somewhere like 80% on discovery calls. I can't even remember the last time when someone actually said no. So that's good. But the point is that before I even get to talking about the money piece, they're like, okay, yes, how do I sign up? Like it just becomes that easy because all the other modules lead you up there to the point where you're packaging yourself as an expert. People are now coming to you. You're not going out there, trying to cold call people because that's just awkward. You are positioning yourself as the person that they want to work with because they know exactly what you have to offer because you know exactly what you have to offer. And that to me is that's gold. All of that, like everything that leads up to that is gold. And so like Lisa was talking about that clarity piece, getting that down is so important because then when you go into doing the sales calls, you're not even talking so much about what you do or what you're offering because everybody already knows because you've already positioned yourself online in that way. So yeah, I love it. I'm the person that loves the sales calls. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. No, absolutely. And, I think what you said about everything leading up to that point is so key. It's not, everything in Employed Entrepreneur is a system. It's very step by step. And by the time you get to sales, you already know how of service you are. You've built up your confidence. You've established yourself. You've nurtured your audience so that it's the natural next step. And it feels so good and works so well. So I love that. And then, Christina, can you make these discovery calls from overseas? I'm a U.S. citizen living abroad. Heck yeah, absolutely. We've had students travel during ET. We've had students from the UK, Australia. I'm trying to remember. I think maybe a few from South America as well. And that's the beauty of the internet. You can work from anywhere. That's kind of the kind of life we're building where you can work from anywhere. It does not matter as long as you have the internet. You can make those calls, right? So. That absolutely works. Awesome. So we had that person say, cool, thanks. Okay, awesome. So any other questions, let us know in the Q&A, and I'll be looking at those. And the next thing I wanted to talk about, another really common question that we've been getting, is about the time. I know this is a big one. I've been there. I built my business while in a job, so I think more so than most people really feel you, and I had a really demanding job as well. The concern is, will I have time to really build my business? Is this really possible? Is this the time to do it? And the person I'd like to bring on and throw this to first is actually Brenda, because I know this was one of her biggest concerns. And I'm going to share with you guys before I throw it to Brenda. She, was getting ready to have her second baby, and she has a really demanding job. And she and I, talked quite a bit about her concerns of, will I be able to make this work? Is this the right time? All of that. And I'm just going to throw it to her to share a bit more about her experiences and what happened. So let me go ahead, Brenda, and unmute you.
Did I do it?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, there you go. Awesome.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So about the time commitment, I'm going to go back to what Lisa said, is that when you're just fully committed, when you know that it's now or never, you prioritize and you make the time for what really matters. And at the time when I talked to you, Luisa, I was, let me see, I don't know, I was 5 or 6 months pregnant, and I had my new full-time job that I had just started last March. So I really had to show up at my corporate job and be on point, and I had to be there for my family, and I was going to be expecting. So I had a lot going on. But I knew at that point that I was going to have this time to bond with my baby and to leave. And so for me, it was just a matter of it's now or never, and I just had to jump on the opportunity, and I went for it. And like Lisa said, is once you figure out exactly what it is that you want, it's just nothing is going to hold you back, and you're going to find the time. You're going to find every single minute in your day, and you are going to make it count. You're going to outline your plan, and that's exactly what I did. And I feel it took the thinking away of exactly what I had to do. It's I knew what my mission, what my passion was, and she just laid out the blueprint for me to just plug and play. Of course, I had to do a lot of work and a lot more digging to get myself out there and refine my message and exactly what I was offering. But there was no way in hell that I was going to have the time to actually do the strategic part that Luisa does so finely, and also tie in what I was trying to do. So if you have a concern about time, I think I want to throw the question back to you and redefine what your priorities are, and actually evaluate what you're spending your time on now. And then you can see that you really do have time for the things that matter. So that's how I'll respond to that question.
I love that. That is so true. And, what I will say is, while everything in Employed Entrepreneur is really just focused on maximizing every single minute, you're right. At the end of the day, no one can do the work but you. You have to make that decision. But once you do and you go all in, everything about ET is here to support you and make it happen. And, if all of these ladies who have families, like Whitney, Brenda, just, joined ET right before they were having children, and if they could make it work, heck yes, you can make it work. It's just about how badly you want it. As long as you show up for yourself, we're going to be here and show up and support you. So I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and Luisa, I do just want to point out one more thing. All the stuff that you give us, the plan, I literally printed that out. I have huge whiteboards, and I'm just following that to the T, and it's it's happening. So
I love
yeah,
that.
It's a great program. Yep.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, like I said earlier, with all of the stuff Brenda is doing, she had shared with us a while back how she's already sold out, I think, either half or a third of the spots in her program, and the sales page isn't even up yet. These strategies work. It's marketing and sales. You just do it, you get the results. And I'm so happy to hear that. Awesome.
Yay.
Okay, fantastic. So while we were talking, I did see a whole bunch of more questions come through. So love that everyone is getting really engaged. So let me go ahead and share a couple of them. English is not my first language, and sometimes I am conscious about writing my own copy, and I can't afford to hire a copywriter at this point. I really want to join ETE, but my question is, am I going to get help? Anyone who wants to chime in, go ahead and do it. What I will say is we have an entire module dedicated just to this, because I know a lot of the students, and I don't encourage you to go out there and hire a copywriter or spend a ton of money in your business before you're making any. That's our philosophy at Employed Entrepreneur. You go out there, get clients first, bring in money, and then use that to build your business. Not go out there, spend tens of thousands on your site, a copywriter, all of that before you make any money. And we not only do we have an entire module dedicated to teaching you, not only best copy tactics, but also how to use tried and true formulas to write your site and your posts and your sales pages and all of that. I mean, most of the ladies here did not have that much experience with writing copy. Just give us a little bit of feedback on how this has been helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead then and ask Tracy to hop on, because I know specifically, we worked on her sales emails and the copy for that, and it just really worked like magic.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. You go through so many things. Sometimes you forget how awesome it is that you're like, oh yeah, we did do that. Yes. That's like my biggest struggle for me, is writing like sales sequences, like email sequences, just because you want them to be good and compelling. And yeah, it works like magic. It really did. Because I did a webinar, and the webinar, it didn't sell on the webinar, but then my program sold out in just the email sequences because we'd worked on it. And so it was amazing. And I even emailed Luisa after the webinar, and I was like, no one bought anything. What's happening? And he was like, it's okay, just let the emails do their work. And they totally did. Sold out the program, actually oversold the program, and now have a wait list of over 30 people now, so for the next round. So the sequences, the copy, everything works. And she focuses on making your copy sound like you. So her copy sounds awesome for her. Brenda's copy sounds awesome for Brenda, and then mine can sound awesome for me and my business. And so whatever it is you do, whether you struggle with copy or you don't struggle with copy, it's always great to have somebody else's eyes, who's a professional, who's your coach, looking at it so that it's going to do what it's designed to do, which is sell and make money for you.
I love that. Awesome. And then, I just want to share, I know copy is something a lot of people struggle with it as well. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a natural copywriter. I really struggle. I'm really slow with it. And that's why, I really take you through the steps from the perspective of someone who is not a natural writer, so that you get it step by step. It's really easy and laid out for you. Not only that, you get scripts, you get swipe files, you get my feedback on all of that. We've had our students, and a lot of the ladies on this panel, just have really amazing sales emails, sites. If you go check out their sites, the copy is just amazing. And, they did it through what we did in ET. There was no, hiring an extra copywriter required. Absolutely not. We're not going to teach you to do that. Okay, so let's see. The next question. Okay, so this is a really great one. If I'm starting from scratch, how long will it take to make ETE work and actually make money? So I'm going to throw it to a student, but in 1 second, what I want to say is, first, I'm not going to guarantee results. I'm not going to guarantee X amount of money and X amount of time. If anyone does that, they're not being in integrity, and I'm always going to be honest and transparent with you. That being said, ET works if you do the work. Our students have had amazing results. I think it was about month 4 or so that Tracy had her first 5-figure month, and she was definitely making money before that, a few thousand with her clients as well. I shared earlier how, within a few weeks, I think Lisa got her first 1K client. And then specifically, I want to bring on Whitney, because I know the question was starting from scratch. And I want to share, when Whitney started applying the Employed Entrepreneur method, she did not have a website. She did not have a list. She basically just had her branding expertise and was like, I need to make some money now. What do I do? Right? And so starting from scratch, within about 3 weeks, she had gotten her first clients, and that came to be about $5,000 in sales. And so Whitney, I'm going to throw it to you. Go ahead and unmute yourself and share with us a little bit about how Employed Entrepreneur works, if you do the work, and what results you get.
Okay. Let me just think a sec how to answer that. Okay, well, first of all, I'm probably one of your worst students. And I just want to add, this is how great the program is, because sometimes with me, I struggle being a mom on its own, okay, with my toddler and with my baby. So whatever time that I have, without your guidance, I probably would not make much of my business because I'm so scattered, right? So having that modules in place, I get to spend the time that I have working right away that drives results, and that gets me clients, right? And so it's true, I had nothing before this program, and so it's pretty amazing to have clients like right after our like second or third call, and I had like 2 clients in a row. Like it totally paid off more than double for what I spent, you know, on the program itself. Am I answering the question so far?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, say what comes to mind. There is no right or wrong answer. Yeah.
So like I think what I really want to add as well is because you structured the modules and they are in makes perfect logical sense, module after another module after another module. So even as bad of a student as me, like I like haven't got to finishing some homework and next module comes out, but it's okay because you go at your own pace, right? You just do whatever that's in terms of what's priority for your business too in your timeline. So what I found great is that I'm able to just go and access whatever I need at the time, right? So sometimes I'm not a big planner, like I plan everything, but I don't really actually action my plans. So by the time I'm actually doing something, I always find myself like, oh my gosh, why do I put myself in this last minute type of issues? And then I find myself like scrambling across like, which module is this? And then I would just go back and then I like kind of get me back on track because you know, of how everything is laid out there, you know, mostly on the tactic portion of it, and then for everything that, you know, we kind of worked on what makes, you know, our business work, you know, being clear in what you do and all that stuff, they all come into play, especially at times when you don't have a lot of time to implement and just kind of get you out there because like that's the only thing when you're in business, you have to act quick. You have to do the business because if you don't do the business, you don't have the money, right? So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just see who asked. I think that was guest 353. Let us know if that helped answer your question. But, you know, I think that was really thorough. And I do want to emphasize, you know, Whitney did start completely from scratch. You do the work, you get the results. I 100% stand behind that. So Sophia had a question. Are any of the alums on the panel artists, such as writers, illustrators, musicians, etc., who used ET to build a business related to their creativity? I will say in terms of being that type of business, we do, the closest that we have is Yasmin, who wasn't able to make it today, who is a site designer. And so she does, you know, a little bit of course, there's a lot of creativity in there. Whitney is a branding expert. Tracy is a video coach. So those are, I guess, more creative types of businesses. That being said, keep in mind that with ETE, we do focus on service-based businesses. So if you're trying to share with others how to write or helping them write or creating music for them or something like that, that is absolutely something we can help you with. If, on the other hand, you're looking, for example, to create a piece of art and go out there and sell it, we do have students actually in this round of ET who are doing something like that, and you know, we spoke with them and got really clear on their situation, why ET would be a good fit. But if you're looking to sell a specific product, ET might not be the best fit for you. I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you want a little bit more elaboration. So the next question we had from guest 353, what other costs are involved in making ET work, like software, tools, support, etc.? And this is what I'm going to say. This one is super simple. You are building a business, right? And so it does take a little bit of money. You're going to want to invest a little bit. That being said, like I said earlier, I'm not going to say, oh my gosh, go out there and invest tens of thousands of dollars in your business. We're going to recommend that you invest in tools like lead pages and certain site things and all of that. And in the beginning, that might come to just a few $100s to get started. At the other end of the spectrum, you can get started and get clients without investing anything in your site or anything like that. That's what Whitney did. You know, we got her really clear. She started from scratch. She didn't have a site. She needed to make money, and so within just a few weeks, she got her first paying clients. We do teach you how to do that as well. It just depends. We give you that whole wide range of options. What do you want to do if you're starting out and don't want a website? You know, of course, we also teach you how to build a beautiful website and have all of that set up for a minimum amount of investment. And so I hope that answers your question. At the end of the day, I just want to summarize that we do not teach you to go out there and first spend thousands of dollars on your business before making any. It's all about profitability with Employee to Entrepreneur. This is not one of those programs where you go through it and by month 6 you still don't know what to do, you still haven't gotten any money. You can see the results that these ladies have gotten. A lot of them got them within the first month, you know, 5-figure months by month 4, things like that. This is a really profitability focus because you're building a business. That's what this is about. It's not about having a beautiful website and no clients. It's about having money in the bank, and that's what we really focus on. So not to go into a little spiel because I really feel strongly about that, but I hope that answered your question. Okay, so the next question is, I'm creating a life, spiritual coaching, and healing business. How much success have your students had with these types of businesses versus becoming business coaches? I am so glad you asked. This is something I feel really strongly about. Not a single student here is a business coach. I am not for the model where I teach you in 6 months how to do business and you go out there and teach other students. That is not what this is about. I built my first business 10 years ago. I have over a decade of business experience. I don't believe that you can go out there and start teaching business to people if all you're doing is taking a program. I do not teach you to do that as well. I do not teach you to do that. And I make that very clear. I think we've had someone ask that on every single live training I've done, and I just say the same thing over and over. So I want you to be clear. We teach you marketing and sales so that you can go out there and turn whatever you want to do, your passion, into a business. You know, Cindy, for example, is a religious coach. I think that's really close to what you want to be doing. We've had psychics, we've had Akashic Records specialists, we've had life coaches use ET with great success. Again, it's not about I'm teaching you how to go out there to teach other people to do business. It's about I'm teaching you marketing and sales and how to position your business in a way that, you know, you can do whatever you want and make money from it. That's what Employee to Entrepreneur is about. That's why it works so well. So not to get into my spiel, but I think that's a really important question. I'm so glad you asked. Sophia, there are some great questions here. Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving the engagement and all of the really smart questions. Christina, I love to make people happy and feel good about themselves. I feel there is a silver lining to everything. Is that marketable? Life coaching? Yes. Confidence coaching? Yes. Success coaching? Yes. That can fall into so many different categories. We've had students do that before with great success. Again, I firmly believe that you can sell pretty much anything. It's just about figuring out how to position it to people in a way that resonates with them, and make sure that they're willing to pay, and then doing the marketing and the sales. And that's what we teach you in Employee to Entrepreneur. We've had life coaches go through our program. We've had psychics go through our program, and do it with great success. And by great success, I'm talking, thousands of dollars per month, sold out group programs, 5-figure months, things like that, financial results. Related question, without qualifications, why would someone want to pay me to listen to me? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. What I will say is a lot of our students here, and just in general, have that same question. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't have an MBA. Why would someone want to listen to me? It's because you can get your clients' results. Qualifications are great and more important in some industries than others, but at the end of the day, this is what people care about. I don't care how beautiful your website is. I don't care how many degrees you have. I care about what results you can help me achieve. And we help you figure that out. We help you figure out how to position it, how to show up as an expert, and then how to help people get results so that more and more people come to you. I know I'm just like answering these questions, but let me take a step back and ask if anyone on the panel has anything else related to any of the questions we've talked about so far that you would like to just chime in about.
Okay. I wanted to answer the question about, she was asking, I think, if you want to be a spiritual coach, kind of, I guess, is there sounds like she's asking, is there a market for it? But that was one of my concerns coming in, because I was coming in kind of thinking, well, I don't want to teach people to start a business like Louise is teaching me how to start a business. So, where is my niche? Where can I find clarity and still be authentic and stay true to what I want to do? And Louise's program works that out like right in the beginning, starting with the mindset, getting clarity on what you want to do. Because I am a Christian life coach and more geared towards a Christian foundation, that was a concern for me, because I know that the market is greater than Christianity, but working with Louisa, you get to understand what your target market is, who you're talking to, how you can help them, how you can get them results, and it becomes more so of what you want to do versus what you think Louisa's program might be trying to take you. So if you get in the program, she will work with you to get clarity on exactly what you want to do, how you want to help people in a spiritual way or in a life-changing way. And as long as you're passionate about it, I think this program could work for anybody.
I love that. Thank you. I mean, I say that all the time, but I think it, is just so much more powerful to hear it from someone who's actually gone through it and, is doing something that's so completely unrelated to business coaching, especially, to share that. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. Okay, so let me just scroll through. Let's see. Lisa said that Facebook ads are great. What happens after Facebook ads and discovery calls? So I want to make it very clear. Lisa's business is she is a funnel specialist. She focuses on Facebook ads. So what she was talking about was related to her business, not necessarily related to what we teach, although we do teach you about paid advertising as well. The whole Facebook ads, discovery call process, how to get clients, how to market to them. Yeah, we absolutely teach you step by step what to do every step of the way to bring on clients, how to market to them. And so we've got you covered in ETE. Lucia, thank you. Awesome. Okay, so guest 997, for the health coach here on the panel, can she please share how many clients she takes on in a month and what her monthly price is for those clients? So Brenda, I'm going to throw this to you. Let us know if you, would rather not answer. I definitely want to respect what feels comfortable to you. So let me throw it to you and get your thoughts. Go ahead and unmute yourself again. Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so the question was how many health coaches per month and what my rates are, right?
How many clients you take on a month and what your rates are, yes.
Okay, so the clients per month, it all kind of varied. I now have like a part-time nanny, so I'm able to take on more clients because I do have a baby. But before that, when I was working full-time, I was only taking about 3 clients because I could only do like 3 calls a week. That's all that I wanted to put for myself. But now that I've kind of like gotten my own groove and I feel a lot more comfortable with everything, I'm maxing it out to just 5. And then once that's booked, then I can start a new cycle, and it's comfortable for me because I'm also doing other things like a group program launch that's going to launch in June. And as far as the rate, that is like I don't publicize it out on my website. But when I first started, let me just kind of tell you the story and the progression. When I first started, I got my first client. She paid like $700 for a 6-month program. So if you're a health coach, that's ridiculously cheap. I practically gave it away, but I didn't know what I was doing. This was before ETE. And so then, but now, it's like I know exactly what I'm offering. I know exactly the value, and the women that I work with want what I offer them. And so right now my rate is $4,971. It's a really odd number, but that feels really comfortable to me, and I know what I'm offering. I know that even that is a value in of itself. And that's a program I can offer, but I know that I am giving them the best health coaching experience that they're ever going to get. Because I know, like I was working with Whitney, who's a branding specialist. I was working on what differentiates myself and what makes me unique and why people would want to work with me. So I think that the price, like, you might think that maybe I'm charging too much or maybe it's too little. You have to do whatever feels comfortable for you. And then also just look deep down inside and ask yourself the value that you're giving your clients and really honor that and be confident and just own it. So it's all going to depend, but that's, you know, to answer the question, that's my answer.
I love that. I love that. And actually, we have Alicia here saying, I'm actually one of Brenda's clients. I found her through one of her posts, so her advertising is working.
Who?
Alicia.
Who was that?
Alicia Hudson.
Yeah. So she's my challenge. Hi.
Oh my gosh,
So
I love
yeah.
that. That is so funny. So yeah, I mean, I love everything you said about it, and I want to point out a few things. First of all, I want to point out that you are a health coach, and you know that's a very crowded industry. That's an industry where a lot of people like you, yeah, right? Like you were talking about earlier, are only charging $700 for 6-month packages. Now, after going through ETE, you are charging $4,971 for a single package, which is huge and amazing. And we know your advertising is working because, you know, one of your clients is on this call. I could not have planned. I did not plan that.
That's too
funny.
funny.
But it just, right? It just shows step by step that, you know, everything you do works. It doesn't matter what business you start. It's marketing and sales. Awesome question and awesome answer. Okay, so the next question was, what are swipe files or swipe cards, Christina? Really quickly, swipe files are just tried and true kind of formulas or email templates or site templates that you can just use to put in your words so that, you know, you're using a tried and true formula. It really takes a lot of the guesswork out of writing your own copy for your site or your sales emails or anything like that. Christina, I hope that answers the question. Let me know if you have more. Okay, so how does ET help establish credibility if someone is just starting out with a lot of passion and nothing else? Guess 155. I'm so glad you asked that question because this is what I'm going to say. Pretty much all of us start out with just a lot of passion and nothing else. When I first started this business, I had a lot of passion. I had my expertise, but I did not have, you know, I wasn't well known. I had no following. I had no site. Nobody supported me. And I look very young. And so actually one of my first prospect calls, someone said, you look like you're 12. Why should I hire you? And so we all start in the same place. It's about marketing. It's about positioning. And we absolutely teach you how to do that, how to position yourself so that you are an authority, an expert, and you're a leader in your industry, and then how to market yourself in a smart way so that you're visible, you're seen everywhere, and how to do it, by the way, so without having to spend like 12 hours a day in front of your computer. So we absolutely teach you how to do all of that. It's positioning, marketing, and sales. Really, that's what it comes down to. Sophia, would ET be helpful? Okay, if you're thinking about offering online courses. Okay, so we already covered that. Christy, listen ladies, Luisa is great, and this creates accountability for you. If you're thinking about this class, you have already heavily considered being an entrepreneur. Luisa provides so much value for what you pay for. Get excited and invest in yourself, ladies. Awesome, thank you for sharing, Christy, absolutely. Sandra, thanks. My concern was more about if ET can be helpful, can help me be successful in the fitness wellness world. I have a business management background, but I actually need to learn marketing, sales, and position myself in the market. So Sandra, I think that with all of the feedback, especially that Brenda has given with, you know, how she's a premium, you know, charging premium prices, how she's getting ready to sell out her first group program, I think that really covers that question. If you want more detail, if you want more feedback, let us know in the chat box. But yes, we can absolutely help you succeed in the fitness wellness world. Christina, thanks. Okay, so Lucia, my question is to Tracy. Hold on, it just refreshed. Let me find it again. Okay, so Lucia's question to Tracy. I am a producer and video journalist in a TV station, and I want to start a business to help women create high-quality converting videos. What module and what exactly ET helped you to get your first clients and sell your program? Okay, so Tracy, go ahead and jump right in.
Wait, just one thing. I'm on there, and I see she just paid in full. So awesome.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Go ahead. But
awesome.
I'm just saying that's so cool.
Well, welcome, Lucia. Welcome to ET. So excited. And then, you know, we'll throw it to Tracy to give you a little more feedback on your question.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty much all answered and pretty much what we've said already, but that clarity piece, because you can be making videos about anything, puppies, make up like the sky, you know, like you could make a video about anything. So really that clarity piece, well, first, no, not first. First, mindset. Believing that you can actually do it. Because I think going into that, is this something that's possible? That's something that a lot of people struggle with, especially for creatives, because people don't often have businesses being creative. Like they don't think that they can, you know, turn their passion into something that pays them. So that mindset piece, Module 1, yes, you want that. And then you go into Clarity Module 2, and that is going to help you really hone in on your niche and what it is you want to offer as a video, like what kind of videos you want to produce for people or help people with. So I help entrepreneurs make brand-worthy videos, but maybe you want to help people make specifically sales videos, or maybe you want to help them maybe you want to do it for them, I don't know, whatever. But really that clarity piece is really going to help you out, because you're going to narrow it down. And then not only just, oh, this is what I think I want to do, but going through that testing process of, okay, are people going to pay for this? Is this something that people actually want, my people want? And then finding where they are. So you can absolutely do it, because it is a service-based business, which is what Luisa specializes in ETE. So definitely, if you paid in full, then props to you. You're going to rock it. I just know you are. But don't be afraid of that whole, like, you know, this is a creative kind of thing. So is this a viable industry? Because it is, believe me.
Awesome. Okay, I love that. Sandra, I am loving the energy of Luis in the panel. Also, I can tell she is sincere and loves helping people. Thank you, Sandra. Loving the energy of this entire party as well, so thank you. And yes, I am absolutely here to support you. I'm, like a lot of our students have said, I'm not just going to take your money and you're never going to hear from me again. That's definitely not the case.
And can I add something, Luisa?
Yeah, go for it.
I just hear the questions like, oh, I'm not a biz coach. Should I go for this program? But here's my thought to it, is the fact that you're not a biz coach, so why wouldn't you go for this program? Because it helps you to build the business side of things, so you could really enjoy doing what you enjoy doing and make a business out of it. Because, you know, making a business work, it's not easy. There's so many moving pieces to it, and you put all those moving pieces together and make it so much easy and a proven system that works. So it's more so if you are not really confident in the business side of things, that's why this program is good, so you can focus on doing what you're doing best in, right?
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. That is so true, and that's what I try and share all the time. I know the industry is really crowded with people who are like, I'll teach you to go out there and teach other people to do business, but that's not what we do. You can absolutely make money doing anything as long as you love it and are ready to do the work, and that's what we teach in ETE. So thank you. That is so important. I'm so glad you said that. Okay, so let's see. The next question, Miss Norman, I'm almost sold. This is great information. Awesome, glad to hear it. Let us know what other questions you have. Christina, is there a model on how to handle the business side of things, for example, taxes, creating an entity, etc.? Yes, so we bring on actually my own legal and accounting experts to help answer any of those questions. And so that is absolutely something you get. Also, something I've mentioned this a few times, and I don't want to promise it, but I am working with my own lawyer on, is she does have done-for-you templates that she sells at a significant discount to her one-on-one services, and I'm trying to work with her set up something where my students in ETE, instead of me getting an affiliate promotion, would get the discount that I would normally get from being an affiliate, so that you could get it at a discounted price and have all of those legal contracts, because I know that's something a lot of people worry about. I know that's something that, you know, it's really hard to go out there and find a good legal contract at a, you know, less than a couple $1,000s, and especially for the online industry, and so that's something I'm working on as well. But yes, you do get help with all of that. I bring in my own experts to answer all of your questions. You can monetize any skill. We will help you find it. And so I don't even want you to worry. We'll figure out what you are good at, what you already have experience in, and then we'll go out there and figure out how to market and sell it. Danielle, thank you. All the puzzle pieces fit. I'm in. Awesome. Welcome, Danielle. I love that. Christy, yes, I love that. Awesome. Alicia, looking forward to seeing you, Danielle. You will love the energy and support. Heck yeah. Ms. Norman, would your program work for a business retention and growth consultant? Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, you run a service-based business. You help businesses retain probably customers and grow their businesses, right? Service-based, yes, that is something for the marketing and sales to get more clients that we could help you with as well. Mila, yeah, what they all said. Awesome. Danielle, thanks, Alicia. And Christy, the class hasn't even started yet, and I've already gotten so much value. I love that. And I want to point out for the ladies who are still on the fence about employed entrepreneur, I just want you to notice the community that students who are already ETers, already part of the family, have and share with each other. It really is a tight-knit community, partially because, well, mostly because the women who are in there are so amazing and high energy, and because, you know, I'm there and I'm really setting that example, and we're just all there to support each other. So I want you guys to be aware of that. Christina, I love the transparency. Thank you. Awesome. Lucia, okay, I see the post that you're talking about, Lisa. Yeah, paid in full ETE, decided to take the leap, and this is the last course I take. Heck yes. First, last, and only course you will need, last course you will take. Awesome. Let's see. Guest 460. I'm a digital marketing professional at work and want to teach people how to do online business, but haven't done this yet. How do I position myself to do this? This is what I'm going to say, guest 460. As I mentioned earlier for Jennifer's question, you want to start with something that you know how to do, that you can teach others. If you don't know how to do it, you know, that's not something you want to be teaching yet. What we will teach you to do is, if you're a digital marketing professional, we'll help you start with the marketing side. You know, start building your business on that, and then grow from there. I don't want you to think that, you know, you can only do business or something like that in order to make money. We will help you take your expertise, whatever it is, and build a business around that. And then after that, after you've built a business, you know, you have lots of experience, you've gotten results, then it'll be easy for you to transition, and it'll feel good to you to transition into helping others. Let's see, Sandra. All my questions have been answered. I am in, signing for the next ETE course. Awesome, Sandra. Welcome to ETE. Christina, thanks. I'm convinced. Thanks so much. I was skeptical before this live training. Thank you all. Oh, Christina, I love that. So happy to hear that, and looking forward to welcoming you to ETE. So excited. Christina, do it for yourself. I'm convinced this is the last program I'll ever buy. Good. I'm so glad to hear that, both for Christy and Christina. It really is the most comprehensive, first, last, only program you will need. I'm just going to ask each of the ladies who are on the panel just to, you know, give us their last words for any, you know, what they would say to someone who's thinking about joining employee to entrepreneur. And hold on, Alicia, okay, I'm even more pumped, OMG, if that's even possible. Awesome, Alicia, I love that. Okay, so yeah, let's just go through really quickly. This will give us a really great way to wrap up, high energy, and then give everyone a few more minutes to catch up if they have any more questions. So Whitney, we'd love to hear any last words you have for anyone thinking about joining us for ETE.
Oh, just do it. Like, seriously, no regrets. It's one of the best business decisions. It still is. And just do it.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, so Tracy.
Yeah, I'm with Whitney. I love all the questions, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean, I would just do it. Just jump right in. Like, because there's nothing else out there, and for somebody like me, like, I'm just naturally a researcher, so, you know, I feel like I've seen them at least on, you know, sales pages or whatever. Like, this really is, it's everything. When it is your marketing, it is your sales, it is your legal, it is your accounting, it is everything, and you're learning from the best that's out there when it comes to businesses, building businesses, from a business coach. Like, seriously, Luisa's the best. Like, I would never even think to make a course like this, because I'm like, I would just send everybody to Luisa. Like, I would never even think about it.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Cindy, yeah, I would love to hear your words as well.
I just want to say, just having us here, like you doing this whole thing, these people are lucky. Like, we didn't have all of this when we started. So to still be sitting there asking the question, like, should I do this? I mean, if you don't do this by now, then you're never going to do it. Like, just, I'm like Whitney, just go ahead and do it, because this has gotten me, and ask for help too. Like, for a long time, I did not ask for help. I kept trying to do it on my own. I got bored. It sat there. I go back to it, try to do it on my own again. And I've gotten so much further with this program than doing it on my own that I just don't see how I wish I knew, I wish I knew about you sooner, or I wish, somehow you had this program sooner. But you know what? I just say this is the right time. So, you guys who are still on the fence, I think it's a no-brainer. Just go for it.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. And so, yeah, Lisa, would love to hear your thoughts as well.
Along the same lines, of course, and basically, like, I think you need to ask yourself, like, if you've been around Luisa, if you've been, like, and you know her story, and you want the results that she has gotten for herself, then it's kind of like a no-brainer, right? Because you want to get those results, and you need to learn from somebody who's actually in the trenches doing this work, okay? Luisa, all her success came within the last year and a half, last year. I think you quit your job like a little over a year ago or something like that. So, I mean, this is somebody who is, like, doing it, right now. It's not somebody who had success 10 years ago and is teaching stuff. She's in the trenches. You can't ask for a better mentor than that, a better person to learn from than that. And she's going through everything right now, and you can learn, okay, what is working right now? What is not working right now? This is huge, and she's put together everything that's worked for her, and has worked for lots of other people too, not just herself. Tons of testimonials with people who have done the work and gotten results. So I know for me, I felt like I didn't, but I'm getting results. I'm getting results, and they're growing steadily over month over month over month. And I know that in the next couple of months, there's going to be some big explosions from the work that I've done over the last few months. So I'm just really excited to be a part of it. And also, if you're on the fence, like, you just need to invest in yourself and, and just do it, like Whitney already said.
Can I just say one more thing? That the price of ETE, like, seriously, is a steal for what you get. Like, it is well worth, I don't even know, 10 times. I think it's worth 10 times what it costs. So it's a no-brainer. I think whatever the price is, if Luisa sold it at like $50,000, I think it would be worth it, because, I mean, you can make it back multiple times over. So, I mean, thank you for offering it at such a low price, Luisa, because I think it's worth so much more.
Thank you for sharing that. I agree. I just, like, if you were to go out there and piece all of these things together, it would take you over $30,000. I mean, this is not me just making up a number. It's like, literally, a course to do webinars costs $2,000. A course to learn copywriting costs $3,000. And so thank you for sharing that. I absolutely agree.
Not only time, but not only money, but time. Oh my God, do you want to, like, be in business and rocking it now, or do you want it in 5 years from now? It's like now.
Yeah.
You will make the money back, like within a couple of months of being in the program, and then it just multiplies after that. Like, so it's like it doesn't even cost anything. Actually, it's free.
Oh, I love that. Oh, you guys just are so amazing. Thank you for sharing that.